I know Pastor preached a lot about it on Wednesday about grace, but like I'm gonna be talking how it like touched me, and how it was using me. And I just want to thank God for being with Pastor as he taught us, because to be honest, before he taught about grace, I really didn't know much about grace. I just heard about it a lot. And now that I understand grace more, I can see it working in my life and working in me.
Amen. Thank you, Jesus.
So I thank God. And I know, Pastor, you like when people have comments, like when you're preaching, like you want us to be like amen or have comments when you ask, but like when you were preaching it, it was like touching me so much that I really couldn't, like, I wanted to say something, but it was still processing in me and still working. So I wasn't ignoring you. I was listening. So I'm going to say a few things right now, and you guys have to listen because we're going to go with what I'm going to talk about and what I'm going to dance to, so you have to listen real close. The first one is I said, God knows my heart. God knows my heart the best. The second one, it says, and some of these were some of the things Pastor preached about that I wrote down. It says God's grace is always available. And it says when you have trust in God, when you have trust and have faith, you have to believe to, I can't really talk.
Take your time, Sway.
Okay, you have to trust and have faith in your difficult times that grace will be there to bring you out of your situations. And that's going to back up what I'm going to talk about. And this is what I wrote. This is what I wrote, how I felt, and I'm going to back it up. It says, I feel so disrespectful and hurt, but I have to pray through it and remember God's grace is right here to pick me back up. And it says, God said not to say, I will do so to him as he had done to me. Now, I'm going to be honest. In my past, I probably would have did the opposite of what this thing just said not to do. I probably would have been, I'm going to do what she did to me or this and this and that. But let me get into the story. So we had a game on Friday, last Friday, this past Friday, a football game, and we do marching band. Me and Shitty do marching band. And it just annoyed me so much that my parents paid a lot of money for us to come and do marching band, for us to be disrespected and treated wrong. Because situations like yesterday, we were just sitting, me, Sray, and Jada were sitting in line getting our food. And they told us, the benches told us if we're going to eat, we have to take our band suits off because they really can't wash them. They didn't want to get it messed up. So me and Sarah was standing in line waiting to get our stuff. And this guy, he's in our marching band. He's like one of the marching leads that help people, like if I'm marching wrong, he's there to help me get better. But he thinks he's above me. They think that they're above other people. So we're standing there, and he turned around. He was like, Sarah, take your jacket off. You can't eat with it. I said as calm as I can, and you can ask Ray. And me, I got him out. I could have popped off for him, but I didn't because there's no reason to pop off. So I was like, okay. And I was like, okay, I'm not gonna eat right now. I'm gonna take my jacket off when I get back to the stands. And so he gonna turn around and roll his eyes. And so I was like, he just rolled his eyes. I was like, as I just said what I said to you, you're gonna roll your eyes. So I was like, I don't care if he rolls his eyes because I know I didn't do. Like I said, God knows my heart. Like I said, I didn't do anything wrong. And then he went back and told one of my drum majors, and then she came to me, she was like, Sarah, you need to stop. I don't know what the attitude of this and this and that, but I was like, oh my. And lately I've been working so hard to keep my attitude in check. But for them, it's hard to do something and then people are going against what your goal is. I'm trying to keep my attitude right and stuff like that. Since I'm in high school, I don't want to get in no trouble or anything, so I try to keep my attitude in check. And for them to say I have an attitude, well, I know that's not my attitude, but do you want to see my attitude? Do you not want to see my attitude? So, in my opinion, I feel like grace was working through me to keep my mouth the way it was supposed to be said, because I know as mad as I was, it just ruined my whole night. And basically, and when we're in our band, we missed a day because we had so much homework to do. We missed practice, and we missed practice the day before the game. And this girl had another text. She said, you guys are not marching because you missed the game and this and this and that. So we was like, you're not going as much money as my dad paid. You was not telling me when to march and when not to march. And she's not the teacher. She's in high school, just like us. So I was like, Sugar, before we got to, when we got to, we're going to the band teacher and ask her what she said. Because I don't think the band teacher just said we have to play on the sidelines. What we look like everyone marching or we on the sidelines playing. I was like, that is not right. So we went and asked. And she said, I'm glad you came and told me. So if we would have listened to that girl, we would have got more in trouble for not being at the game playing because she told us what the band teacher did not say. So So after that, when she said at the game when all that stuff happened, because I guess they all got an attitude. They had the band teacher thinking that me and Shiggy was giving problems and had attitude. When I know I didn't have an attitude, and I know Shiggy didn't have an attitude. I know Grace was working more on Shiggy than me, because I was trying so, and like my mom was basically telling us at the game that this is all happening. We're being treated like this because we're set apart. Like things like this are going to happen. Things that aren't true. We're going to be said about. We're going to be talked about, which I really don't care. But it was irking me that they said that we had an attitude when I know I didn't have an attitude. So at the end, they had the grand teacher thinking that we're having trouble giving attitudes. And she was like, if we had. In the meeting after the game, she said, if you guys have an attitude, if you don't like me, you guys can just leave. I'm like, if I had a chance to leave, I would have been left. The way we're being treated, because everybody in that band, they would mess up or do something, and they will get by with it. But when it comes to me and Shiggy, it's a whole problem. It's a whole problem, a big scene. We have to run laps. Oh yeah, I forgot to say, when she left, she said, you know what, on Tuesday you're gonna run a lap for BG Split. I was like, I don't care, I run track. What is a little lap? What is it? I'll take 6 laps at that. But
We have to.
huh?
We have
Oh yeah, we had 6 laps, but we're gonna talk to the BG teacher, because she, instead of her listening to both sides of the story, she's just listening to one side and just thought that we're being disrespectful. So basically that is it. So I'm about to dance about Grace, because this song really helped me get through that, because it was like really, I woke up and it was still irking my nerves. Like I woke up, like how can you wake up with something already on your mind? Like I woke up and it popped in my mind. I was so mad. So I had to just listen to this song and it helped me get through. So I pray this song will minister to you guys and help you. Whew.